Hey guys, Buddy here from Scrum 5. I want to talk about culture fit because this is something that many people don't really think about when they're preparing for the big product manager interview, right? But this is a serious role, and a product role is one where you're really driving and meeting a lot of teams, and you're trying to get cross-functional support for the work that you're doing. And the last thing leadership wants to do is hire somebody that doesn't jive with the culture, doesn't jive with the team. So it's very similar to neighborhoods, right? Here I am walking around in my neighborhood, and I didn't used to live in Texas. I'm from another place, right? I moved here from the East Coast, which is very different. And when I first came to this neighborhood and I walked around, I was keen to observe whether there's kids playing outside, what types of clothing people are wearing, what are the types of people that are walking around. I looked at the cars that are parked, are they SUVs, are they, these are all indicators of things like status, things like wealth, things like safety. And then also culture, right? When you're walking around, are people saying hello and hi, are people smiling, are they to themselves, right? There's so much that you can learn just by walking in your neighborhood. And one of the questions that you ask yourself is, hey, do I fit in the neighborhood, number one? And number two, if I don't fit in the neighborhood and I want to move to this neighborhood, right? The last thing you want to do is move to a neighborhood that you don't feel welcome in. So how do you make sure that you can be welcome in that neighborhood? Well, you're going to observe the culture of the neighborhood, right? You don't want to stick out like a sore thumb, right? If everybody has houses that have beautifully manicured lawns, well, you better cut your lawn and have a nice, beautiful manicured lawn, right? Because the culture of the neighborhood calls for that. Similarly, if everybody at a certain company dresses in a certain way, then you dress the part. If they talk in a certain way with a certain, dialects, if they're speaking slang versus speaking very professional, that's something that you need to know. And if they are older versus younger, right? There's certain things that you need to think about when you're trying to establish rapport. We've all been in that situation where you go to a dinner party and you're the one person in a group of people talking and you don't fit, right? We've all been there. And if that happens to be you, what do you do to establish rapport? I mean, you could still talk about certain things and try your best to fit in, but it helps to know who you're meeting and what they're about. So you could try to then establish rapport. If you know that the people you're meeting are going to be young people, you could look into things that young people are into, right? If they're Gen Z, you want to get on TikTok. You want to get on Instagram. You want to understand some of the memes that are happening so you can joke and connect with them. If they're people that are Generation X and they're older, then you want to think about, you want to perhaps read the news. And right, I'm generalizing, but you get the point. So you want to be able to relate to the people that you're talking to, because at the end of the day, you want to find those key things that you could connect to them on. Sometimes it's a book, sometimes it's a movie, sometimes it's just a current event, right? There's so much that the average person can relate to, right? There's more than just the weather, right? There's more than just sports teams, right? There's movies and there's books and there's current events and there's politics and there's the economy and there's AI, there's ChatGPT. There's so much you could talk about that helps you relate and connect. And the more points that you're able to connect to the people that you're interviewing, the more they could envision themselves having a good time talking to you. The more chances that they are going to want to hire you. And in a very, very demanding and cutthroat economy right now, where they have 10 different options, they're going to choose the person that could do the job, but most importantly, that they like, that they could totally relax with, and that they feel that they can trust, and they feel that they can pass the football to, and they feel like, this person's going to be enjoyable. This is not a developer role where you're going to be integrated behind the computer. This is a very, very people-centric role. So the more people-centric, the more important culture fit is. So I hope that helped, and really think through culture fit. How can you fit into their culture? Hope that helps. And for more information and for more advice like this, please check out our channel and check out other videos that we have. Take care, and until next time. Peace.